Did y'all see what I had for dinner? Gramps might be in a little meat coma. Talk about a carnivore diet to kick off the season. Oh man, I forgot to get my relight for my water. That's okay. We got our agua as it is. Welcome everyone to the first live of 2025. Y'all been paying attention. Somebody won a $50 gift card to Yak Attack today for catching the 22nd fish of the 2025 Catch 22 Challenge season. Man, what a day. What a day. What a day. A lot of tragedy going on around the country. I'm not going to talk about all that. We're going to keep positive vibes as we get on with, man, a brand new year, a brand new season. Y'all know I don't do the whole new year, new me thing. I'm going to continue to do what it is that I do, both in my health kick journey, fishing, and having fun. We'll talk a little bit about kind of what my plans are this year. What a little ham last year after having a terrible, terrible start to the season. Had the KBFNC, went down, exhausted, battled fatigue for like what seemed like months after that. Didn't want to fish, didn't want to edit, didn't want to film any video. I don't think I even really got my groove going until like late summer. Boy, but when we got the groove on, we got the groove on, didn't we? Caught some fish. If anybody see my top 10 favorite catches of the season, it was pretty damn fire, if I do say so myself. Them was some quality tanks. Quality tanks. Of course, those of you know, tonight's the big night. We celebrate last year, last season. Looking back, it's a whole new, there's a whole bunch of new things coming up for this year. Going to have a new president, got a new fishing season, new catch 22 season. Some lucky winners going to walk out with this Daiwa Zillion tonight. And some other lucky winner who joins us tonight is also going to walk away with a Shimano SLX MGL 70 that old Gramps caught some frogfish on this year. This is my 8-gear ratio. Great for jerk baits, but you see I still got the braid that caught 2 of the biggest fish for me this year. We're going to give that away to somebody who's hanging out in the live stream tonight. And that's just what you get for being subscribed to Gramps. So we're going to do a member giveaway, and then we're going to do one for a subscriber who's joining us here in the live tonight. You guys know I love giving back. You take care and watch the videos, share the videos. Been asking some folks to go out on Spotify, and I know a lot of people here listen to the live streams that I put up on Everything Kayak Fishing, the new podcast that's out there. But you know, we did a live not long ago, and we give away a nice bait pack, and I'll probably do another bait pack giveaway. I've still got a 1 or 2 extra Swamp Lord frogs and some you know, we'll go about and we'll probably do a couple different giveaways just to celebrate. Might have to do a giveaway for everybody up who promises me that they're going to jump in the Catch 22 challenge over there on Fish Ops. So once again, we can raise some dineros for Heroes on the Water. And the cool thing is this year, if you only want to do one, you can do the one for your state. So you have state bragging rights, which is also good because you can use that as a way to qualify for the KBF National Championship in 2026. I'd like to see Debo in that Catch 22 challenge because it's not really a tournament, but it's just a great way for us to capture and brag about all the fish we catch. So if you want, you can join the Black Bass Nationwide, and wherever you go, you can upload fish. And it's only, $22. So it's a great cause. for a great purpose, one that we all know. Yep, we need to get Merlin in there too, just because if you're out fishing all the other stuff, you may as well. It's a great cause for fundraising for Heroes on the Water. Debo says he can't catch 22 fish. I bet he has 22 fish on the board before summer because a lot of us ain't gonna be catching. Shoot, Debo, you can even sit in the ice and any fish and upload to there. It's just another. There's a lot of different boards. If you got a boat, a kayak, you fish from the bank. You like fishing for crappie or walleye or pike or whatever. There's literally a board for Catch 22 for everything. So again, we're raising money for Heroes on the Water. Last year, oh, Debo, you just get your little plastic carbonate board and you'll be good to go. It's no big deal. I'm going to be up in your neck of the woods in Minnesota, not in Ohio, but in July, we're going to be up in Minnesota, up in St. Cloud with the Kayak Adventure Series. But don't let me get too far ahead of myself because I've got to talk about the schedule as we come up. Now, I'm not going to stay on too long tonight because I'm going to be moderating a live that Mr. Darren Wendell is going to be hosting here in a little bit, talking about something, bigger in the kayak tournament world that, kind of needs to be out in the public. But yeah, I need to get together with my boys at Catch and do like a custom Debo board with his logo and stuff on it and get it shipped out to him. Maybe then he'll play. But then again, as much as he likes fishing from the bank and the kayak, one of the Catch carbonate boards would probably be a little easier on him toting around. A lot of us like those plastic boards, but I get those too. Yep, you can use code GRAMPS10. I think it's actually lowercase GRAMPS-10. I can't get the guys at Catch to just give me the standard GRAMPS10 code. It's got to be special. But that's okay. You can get your Fishing with Gramps edition catch board at Catch. You can also get your Fishing with Gramps edition kayak cushion now. It'll be available from Mr. Brandon over at Kayak Cushion, as well as, of course, our Freedom Squad edition. So if you want to support the channel, that's a great way to do that. Of course, I know a lot of you, I can't believe somebody's not giving me crap about what's on my head yet, but I've told you guys we're going to get it done. Get it done. Get it done. I think I'll put together a pre-order like in February or March for hats. It'll be this one, and we've got the one that's got like the leather patch. You've seen pictures of it. Jeremy actually has that one because he is my other, brand ambassador, if you will. Fishing with Gramps is about, Gramps is our grandfather. So we both, support this channel in lieu of him, even though it's my face and likeness that are all over the place. Yeah, but yeah, Sly Fox, I'm going to get together a pre-order for that. Here in February or March. I mean, January is going to be about rigging my kayak and getting it ready to go. I know a lot of people are already out on the water. We've seen, I don't know, there was, I think 30 or 40 fish. I got to give shout outs to Mr. Austin Hoover out there. Oh my goodness. Look who is in the chat this time of the year. She tried to kill me with the meat sweats and the food coma, and Gran is in the chat. Everybody wish Gran a Merry New Year because she has been awesome. We got Diggs in the house. I suppose I should roll up and do a roll call. I ain't done one in a minute, with all of our friends and fam that are in here. Scott Vermonter, Sly Fox, Josh Lanham. Got everybody in the house. Low Life Angler, going to see him over in Ohio here before too long. Mrs. Sly Fox in the house. I just call her Mrs. Sly Fox because, I ain't about reading long sentences unless I'm torturing Liz. Michael Bradley's in the house. Scrolling. Saw Mr. Bucktail Fishing in the house. Low Life Angler. Our boy Southwest Indiana Outdoors. Saw Debo in the house. Everybody's popping in saying hi. Chris Russ, Tom Brewer, Merlin Hammer, local Indiana Hammer. We got all kinds of people coming out and hanging out tonight. Of course, Trevor out in Texas, who was also on the water. Were you out there today or yesterday? You were on the water sometime. I know that I was jealous. Brian Kay's in the house. Our boy down at American Legacy Fishing. David Rauschenbach is in the house. Who else did I see in here that we know? Lots. Everybody's in the chat going for sure. Addicted Anglers in the house. Got everybody showing up tonight. That's really good. Digs Outdoors, of course. All kinds of peeps popping in. And there's my girl, Miss Cairo Berg, signed up for the KBF National Championship. So excellent. We got Justin Faircloth in the house on Facebook. Love seeing it. I finally got the Fishing with Gramps Facebook page up. So I'll be posting now for my regulars. You guys have seen all those videos too, but I noticed too, and I'm one for this too. I notice when I'm, you know how when you do you're doing your doom scrolling while you're sitting around killing time. A lot of times I end up doing that on Facebook if I'm, goofing around at work in the bathroom or, just, taking it, you know, you're scrolling. But I realized I watch a lot of video on Facebook. And so talking to my buddy over at Puddle Walkers Outdoors, he's been, doing well on there too. And so I'm going to post up my fishing content up there. I'll leave the reviews and how to's and all that stuff for Fishing with Gramps, but I'll post like, fishing clips and videos over there. Maybe we get somebody who's never seen people fishing out of a kayak before. Maybe we get them interested in the sport that way. So if you're not already, I've sent friend invites out. You probably got all the spam. But if you know anybody who likes watching their videos and whatnot on Facebook, be sure to point them to the Fishing with Gramps Facebook page. And, I'll post my videos up there. Then later on this year, I say later on, soon, I will be launching the Everything Kayak Fishing Facebook group. And that could be a place where we can all hang out, help our fellow anglers, have my other content creators out there who, either catfish or, paddle, pedal, however you like to make your videos, give you some place to share your content with other people to help draw attention to your channels as well. So it'll be some place where we as kayak anglers can help new kayak anglers, with advice or tips, steering them away from the junk that'll sink or waste their money, things like that too. So it'll be our own Everything Kayak Fishing hangout where we can share and help other people. And that will work with the Everything Kayak Fishing podcast, which is a part of this Fishing with Gramps Live that I just put out there on Spotify. So if anybody listens to Spotify, fire it up, leave me some comments out there. I guess that's how podcasts work and whatnot. I know a lot of people listen to, podcasts a lot of times when they're driving because they don't want to pay for Sirius XM and things like that too. So shameless plug for what we've got going on, but the new Fishing with Gramps Facebook page, the Everything Kayak Fishing group, and then the Everything Kayak Fishing podcast, and all that goes along with Fishing with Gramps. So yeah, if you hadn't heard, I have been recently appointed to the KBF Board of Advisors as the Director of Fish Ops, which all of you should know by now. If you know anything about me, Jeremy, Matt, the Freedom Squad, Fish Ops is our thing. We got together with Chad as this was all coming online, and a meeting on Veterans Day with me, Jeremy, Matt, Chad, and several other veterans. Out of that, Fish Ops was born. The original of what Fish Ops stands for is Fishing Operation Prevent Suicide. Now, that OPS also stands for many, many things, but that's first and foremost. If you're familiar with the Mission 22, that's kind of where the Catch 22 came from, and Fish Ops is the overlay of all of that. So you've got Catch 22, you've got Catch 5. Now that New Canoe got on board with sponsoring some of the stuff under that same Fish Ops brand, you've got the Unlimited Challenge, where if you can't catch big fish or don't care to, and you just want to go catch a ton of fish, that Unlimited Challenge is a great place to play. It's a monthly thing, and it's basically by fish count. So if you've got some places where you can go out and smash 22 fish a day, sign up for it and go to it. Be a lot of prize associated with those giveaways too. And we'll hear more about that as the year goes on. But let's start a little bit with the calendar. You guys saw me go out and fulfill some, I'll say, dreams last year with the, let me back up, because I went and did some Bassmasters again. I was doing some things, coming off that bout of fatigue, I found myself a little, as you get older, you feel less invincible. That's a problem with us men when we're younger. We're nothing can stop us. We ignore doctors and this and that. Well, I know, based on my age, my health, my what I want to do is, and getting healthier. Part of that comes with, my wake up was when I had to deal with that fatigue when I had to deal with that fatigue last year. That really got me down. I can't say I've ever battled depression. It runs in the family. Nobody runs in the family, but it does. And it's affected a lot of people I know as well. And but for me, it was just I just felt completely wore out all the time. And so working with my doctors, forcing me to get some sleep, forcing me to stop staying up till 1 o'clock in the morning, trying to edit a video, being a famous YouTuber when I have to get up at 04:30 and be at work by 06. And I work, if you don't know, I work in as an information system security manager for the Department of the Army. And it's 100% mental focus and drive for 10 hours a day. And people wonder how, that work, it's like, how in the hell do you do what we do and then go home and then sit down and create content, put on this face, come on the lives and do all that stuff and live? Well, I lit the fuse at both ends and it finally met in the middle. And that led to me wearing myself out, not being able to focus at the KBFNC, performing horribly, and then dealing with like the next 3 months of fatigue. But working with my doctor, doing what he said, starting to work out, eat better, go to bed, sleep, and prioritize my life and health first has made some, changes. You guys can probably see my jowls are starting to shrink a little bit. I was 344 a couple years ago. I'm under 260, which that's why I started a 30-day carnivore diet, because I've been stuck at this plateau for a minute. But I'm in my upper 250s right now with the goal of being around 200 at the end goal. I'm not going to say by when. I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing and get in better shape and being able to do more. If you watched my videos, and I'm sorry, there are some good videos that just did not make editing by the end of this year. There was a couple of times where I was out fishing on the river with Bobby, with other people, dragging my kayak for hundreds of yards through the White River, the Tippecanoe River, and other places. Didn't miss a beat. Oh, Gramps was on it. I mean, I wished I had time to edit those videos, but I'm not going to look back. I'm going to look forward. I shared those memories with those guys. I normally like to share them with you. We'll do better about that next year, but we'll work on keeping ourselves, in line, in shape this year, so that we don't fall behind for months like we did. I mean, that's why it took me so long to get those videos edited and out, but I got my highlights out and I got out a few really good videos. I hope you guys enjoyed that Wisconsin river trip. And I knew I had to get that one out because I want to encourage all of you. If you just love kayak fishing or you're just getting into it and you want to go hang out and be with a bunch of really cool people in a non-tournament stressful environment, it's loose, it's fun. The Kayak Adventure Series, I highly recommend you make a stop. And I'm going to be at least two of them this year, one in Springville, Ohio, and the other one up at St. Cloud, Minnesota. Ohio's so close to me. It's 3 hours and 15 minutes. I mean, I can't not go to that, obviously. And in the St. Cloud, my wife's from Minnesota. So good thing for me, I'm getting a B&B while I'm up there. Gran is coming with me, and she's going to have some friends of hers that live up there that are going to come visit us while we're up there anyway. So it's going to be a good time. So I will be at both of those. And, but they're so joyful. What's my schedule look like? Let's talk about that a little bit in case you're going to be out and around. I will be probably in order at I think it's the Columbus Boat Show. And Sly Fox, I have to catch me on this because I know there's 2 weekends. I got to figure out which of the 2 weekends I'm going to be there, because I'm going to go when Darren Wendell's going to be there because he's coming down. And I believe it's on a Sunday, but I'm also going to be picking up a kayak and bringing it back from there. And it's actually a kayak that I won. So from the Kayak Adventure Series, they had a giveaway. So I had a pretty good year. Not only did I get a sixth place finish, cashed a check. Oh, me and Alex would have really, oh, the team thing would have been awesome. But, we had a really great time. But I also want a GoPro there because I had the GoPro clip of the tournament, which was really cool. Then they caught me on drone and we had some other clips out of that. Mr. Chad Hoover's in the house. Poor dude is still suffering from some pneumonia. So yeah, we gotta give him the props for getting everything going for Catch 22 and all that with the new year and whatnot, while pneumonia's literally kicking his butt. And while his son is out putting up over 100 inches of fish today, while Chad's sitting around the house. But as I said before, you got to recover, you got to get better, you got to heal up. So we know how that goes. So let's talk about a little bit about the schedule. I'll be at the Columbus Boat Show when I know that date, and because I now realize after Sly Fox mentioned that, I'll find out which date it is, and yeah, so I'll post that, and I'll be posting my stuff on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube and the community tab as we go through do that thing. Whenever the Indie Boat Sport and Travel show is, I'm sure we're going to be there for a day or two. That Jeremy and I rarely ever miss it these days. So we'll be there for that. The first big event of the season, I will be at the Bassmaster Classic, working at the Fish Texas Kayaks Trailers booth. My next trailer will be on display. So I kind of told him what, I was looking for a double, this, that, and this and that. And he's like, I'm going to do all this other stuff and you ain't going to get to see or know nothing about it until that week. So that'll be cool. So I'll be down at the Classic with stickers and all that stuff too. So if you see me, come up and, let's take some pictures, say hi, do all that good stuff too. So Bassmaster Classic for sure. And I'll be happy because my daughter lives down there in Dallas and I get to go visit her as well. I get the feeling that Gran is going to fly down while I'm driving, but we'll see how that goes. I don't blame her. Nobody wants to make that long drive if you don't have to. Next up after that, in April, we'll have the Kayak Bass Fishing National Championship. We were over 72, 75 people signed up last I looked, and that'll fill up. It'll be people procrastinate and get as it gets closer and closer to the event. But that will be another great event down on Gunnersville in April. We should be down there smashing some fish. And I'm not going to do what I did last year and try to roll up, pick up my PWR the week of, try to get it quickly rigged, and then go fish the tournament. Oh, no, nuh-uh. The XTR is literally in the garage next to the boat under the PWR that's hanging up on the shelf. And I'm actually going to push the boat out, bring the XTR in here after the grandkids leave this weekend, and then I'll do my rigging here in the man cave, and we'll do all that. We've got this Arctic blast coming in right now. We're supposed to get a bunch of snow this weekend as well. So, yep, Chad's going to be at Red Crest, and I know Matt, Freedom Squad Matt, OEF 5 is going to be at Red Crest as well. So Matt's going to that, doing Freedom Squad with Chad, and I'll be down at the Classic. So Freedom Squad is going to be sprinkled out all over the place. Make sure you wear your jerseys. Come say hi. If you don't know how to get a jersey, get on the Freedom Squad Fishing Facebook group. Dig said he's already getting snow. Dang it. But yeah, so yeah, here comes winter. So that doesn't surprise me. So, that's just what it is. But we'll keep doing some live streams. I got some guests that we're scheduling out coming up for future live streams. And of course, we'll be promoting and showcasing and highlighting everybody who's catching fish and Catch 22. Jelly that, like I said, Austin's already got over 100 inches of fish on the board today. And, but that young man can just flat out slay him too. So looking forward to get down there and fishing with him and Chad again this year, as always. We keep saying we're going to do this video and blah, blah, blah. I went and fished with Chad, smashed all his fish in his pre-fishing spot, but, found me a new little place to fish. But Chad's like, what's all the snow stuff you're talking about? I'll be sending you pictures later while you're down there in your warmth while we're getting froze out. But then after that, the rest of the year, there is a Bassmaster coming to Dale Hollow event. I will probably hit that one as well because it's nice and close. I don't plan on doing other than Guntersville and other than Dallas and St. Cloud. I don't plan on doing a whole lot of driving this year. I'm really wanting to focus on our local clubs again. I'm going to be fishing with the Southern Indiana Yak Anglers Club. They got a real cool tournament trail out this season, and it's a lot of the places that me and Jeremy like to fish. So we'll be promoting those KBF sporting clubs, here in Indiana, and recruiting more people to come fish those. Of course, you got the KBF month longs going on, and you've also going to have your catch 22 going on. I know everybody's always talking about knucklehead, guys. We haven't let you down. And then Chad says, don't forget the Hero Cup in November, and that'll be around the weekend it'll be a little bit different, but we'll be talking about that as the season goes on. But, you know, SIAC is going to be my main focus this year, along with the Catch 22 program. And, Indiana also has the IKA, the Indiana Kayak Anglers. I'll be fishing, probably one or two of those just because, they're also, I think they have been affiliated with KBF in the past. But we'll see how that goes. But these are all clubs that are local to me that I really want to get back into supporting and having fun with, and really drive that local. Because I was talking to a buddy of mine down in Kentucky, and he's like, we don't have any trails to fish this year, and it sucks. So I've invited him to come up and fish these SIAC events. It's a little bit of a drive for him coming up from Louisville, but I'm gonna get him involved. I'm gonna get him involved in doing the KBF month longs, and get some more of the Kentucky guys into it as well, so they can fight for those Kentucky Angler of the Year points and stuff like that too. So yeah, it'll be kind of fun. I've got plenty to do, but like I said, I'm gonna keep. I'm not gonna go do a whole bunch of Bass Masters and a whole bunch of this and a whole bunch of. I've said since last year when I was at Wisconsin that I was going to go to St. Cloud, Minnesota, and that way I can go see Hella Bass and try to get Debo to come over, and just to check it out, and we'll hang in. Austin just walked in, said he finished with 107 inches for his best 5 with 28 pounds. He was on fire today. Y'all be watching the Kayak Bass Fishing Instagram, and give old Mr. Austin Hoover a follow as well, because I'm sure he's going to be posting those on there. That kid can sure catch him. That is for sure. So yeah, that's kind of like my event. Of course, what did I say? Bassmaster Kayak Adventure Series. That's July, and then in the fall we'll have the Challenge Series Championship / Hero Cup again down at Gunnersville. And I think Chad said that's going to be around Veterans Day weekend. It'll be October, November. I never keep track of all the dates. I got too much shit going on, and I have to manage all this with like 4 different inspections at work this year. So like I said, I'm hoping to be at all these events, but being the information system security manager, it doesn't always work out to my favor. Now, let's go ahead and hop on November 7th and 9th. Okay, Chad's got us there for this year's version of the Hero Cup. And don't start asking now what all the Hero Cup, blah, blah, blah. We'll get more into that as this year gets going. Like, if you've been paying attention to the State of the Union for Kayak Bass Fishing KBF, Chad has established an advisory board. He's going to listen to, he's got a bunch of great people that are going to come in and be the advisors of it, industry leaders, communications people. I mean, Jeff Little, Marty Hughes, you just Hank Biggin. You're going, Garrett Wade, Garrett Wade. Yeah. You got some of the best people that are in the sport that are going to be providing advice and getting KBF back up on where it should be with our online series, and then planning the future stuff out from there too. But a lot of our advocacy stuff, education stuff, and still the biggest kayak bass fishing club in the country. There's over 12,000 of us. So if you're not a KBF member, first thing I'm going to tell you to do, take that free one, go put in $25. You get back more than what you're going to put into it, and support KBF and a great cause that it is. And then, well, I'll say there's going to be some other goodies coming as the year goes on too, but we'll get into that, as I'm not going to get ahead of our skis, but it's going to be a good year. And of course, I'll be working, my butt off on the fish shop side to make us the best veterans and homeland heroes, fundraising, advocacy, promoting the sport. That's my gig. That's what I like to do. I like to talk about it, like to do it, like to be it, because everybody I know and love is affected by it. So let me go ahead, and I need to get where's my list? I need to get my list. And if you give me 1 second, I got to make sure everything is still up to date. Yeah, I just checked the list before I went live. So I know I got everybody. One more last check just in case there was any last minute peeps who decided to hop in and become a member, because I don't want to, since they be a member one day, I'll give them their ticket so they can get in. But give me 1 sec. You guys talk amongst yourselves while I'm completely boring you to death, looking to see where we're at with this. And I'm glad I looked, because Mr. Chris Russ just jumped back in, and he gets, yep, so he gets his 8 tickets for hopping in. Boy, I'm glad I went and looked, because, yeah, that would have been bad. Chris Russ. So the way this works, and I'll go ahead and do this members giveaway, and then at the end of the live, we'll give away this other reel for everybody in here. The way this works is I have 3 tiers. And I explained this on last week's live, but I have 3 tiers: 99 cents, $2.99, $4.99. So you basically got a ticket for every month for every level that you are. So if you're a I don't know, 99.9% whatever, and you were in for 12 months, you got 12 tickets. If you were tier 2, you got that times 2, and if you got, or times 3, because it was, yeah. And then it's times 5 for the couple of people that are like the super duper level. So appreciate that. And like I told you guys, anything that we come in, YouTube takes half of it. But what I do get, that's basically what I use that helps me provide shipping for, sending out boxes like this from last week's live, which I've still got to bundle up and ship out. But it helps me cover costs and stuff like that too. So appreciate every donation that's made, either here in the chat or either just by membership, because as you guys know, I tried to shut the memberships down one day and damn near got beat. I think Sly Fox was going to come over and, yeah, whoop me. All right, so let me pull up the old wheel of names. And there's the old Gramps version. There's one from our last drawing. Let's back up, delete those, copy our other ones, copy, put in the new names. Where are you not copying? Copy. Why aren't you pasting? Come on, wheel. Just killing this live stream by not, paying attention. All right, I'm trying to. My browser is freezing. All right, we're gonna redo that tab. Wheel of names. I can't type. This is so exciting, riveting content we're providing here, JT. All right, Control A, backspace, Control V. There we go. Now, holy shit, that's a lot of names. All right, now we got all the names in there. Is Liz still out fishing? Boy, I hope you would think she would be in the live stream, because we're gonna be giving away some goodies. Of course, this one you don't have to be here for, but this one you do. So go make everybody's time worth it tonight. Daniel Hale says USMC vet near Louisville will be signing up for KBF. Every bit of guidance I can get would be appreciated. Hey, that's awesome, dude. I got a buddy of mine down there named Chris Hogan that I need to put you up in touch with. He will be doing the KBF monthlies and month longs, and he fishes all down around that area. And he also comes up, if you're near Louisville, you can come up. There's some series and whatnot that are going on in like the Bluegrass Pit in Evansville. So, we don't have a lot real close to you, but there are some, some things that you can do. But love to have you as a KBF member. We love supporting our military homeland heroes. And I'm sure, I need to get you in touch with Chris Hogan if you don't know him yet, because he's a great dude. He fishes out of a New Canoe Unlimited and is an awesome cat. And I've actually got him featured in a video of mine that I keep forgetting that I need to edit, that I literally got content for this from these guys last year. So glad you're reminding me of that. Let's go ahead and get the present, share screen, wheel of names, share. Look at all the entries in there. There is 383 tickets in that one wheel. Now, of course, they're all next to each other right now. But what I'm going to do is hit shuffle 3 times, and then we're going to draw for a winner. So oh yeah, so Daniel's in a unlimited as well. So, and shout outs to New Canoe for supporting the unlimited challenge series under Fish Ops, because we gave away some New Canoes last year. And so we're gonna wait till Chad is going to go through and start talking about what all the different events and everything that we're going to have is. But again, I keep telling them we got to keep bragging that we are still the biggest bass fishing club in the country with over 12,000 members. And I'm waiting for him to tally up to see how many total events and total fish we caught last year. Because shoot, we were over 30 whatever thousand, and over 30,000 in the catch 22. So if you guys are getting into catch 22 this year and it's your first year, when you reach that 22-inch limit, don't stop. Every fish, 9 inches, 12 inches, 15 inches, whatever. Even when you get your 22, even if it's not one of your 22 biggest, upload the fish. We're trying to crank up that total. And we as a team, all of us fishing it, are trying to beat the numbers from the previous year. So the first year we had 22,000 whatever, and we've just been crushing it. And we're almost at 100 people signed up for Catch 22, I think is what Chad said. We're almost at 100 people, and today is day 1 of 2025. I'm actually going to stop and take a second and look to see where we're at, because that is freaking awesome. KBF Trail Club. KBF. I thought I actually had this set to my what opens first. Catch 22. Look at this. We've got 95 people and 45 fish signed up on day 1. On day 1, when most of us can't even fish yet, 95 of us already signed up. So if you've got friends that are in a kayak, get them a catch board, get them over to Fishing Chaos, and get them hopped in and enjoying some of this, so they too could win some prizes. Chad gave away a $50 gift card to the guy who caught the 22nd fish already here on day 1 of 2025, just like that. So for those of you who've been doing Catch 22 for a while, you've seen the people win the kayaks, the autopilot, the fully loaded bona fide, the very, I actually, I actually brought back a River Jackson Coosa up to John Gittner, who lives here in Indiana, because he won one of the drawings for one of the kayaks. So there's all kinds of prizes, all kinds of cool stuff. And of course, again, we're raising money and funds for Heroes on the Water, which literally saves lives. My wife says I need to stop saying literally all the time, but truly it does. But now everybody's like, yeah, that's nice, Gramps. You got a Daiwa Zillion that you've been fishing with for the last 3 years, and we want it. And I'll tell you, if you're a chatterbait, that Mini Max, that new Z-Man Tungsten Evo, this reel, 6:3 gear ratio. I prefer 12-pound Seagar fluorocarbon. The guys down south might want a 15 or a 17. But this reel has been the juice for throwing chatterbaits for me for the last 3 years. And I'm giving it to one of my members because that's what we do. So, yeah, it's like Michael said, all of these names represent all the works Gramps is putting in. And that's because of you guys watching some 50-year-old dude just likes to go fish and encourage other people to fish as well. It's been a blast, and you guys really are the wind behind my sails, if you will. Oh my god, Navy reference. I needed something Army based. Nothing's coming to mind. Oh well. Chad says chatterbaits don't work. Neither do Cincos. Neither do frogs. Damn things. Frogs. Freaking frogfish. We'll get on to that later. All right, let's go ahead and shuffle this 3 times and then pick a winner for this Daiwa Zillion. Again, everyone, thank you for the support. Shuffle once, shuffle twice, shuffle thrice, and click to win. Oh no, the power went out. We're not going to see who won. The winner is... I can't even see it. Josh Lanham. He's local. He is local. I think, Josh, correct me if I'm wrong, I think Jeremy and I met him and a buddy at Boggs one day, bank fishing. Is this the right? Is that who I'm thinking of, Josh? Is that how we first met? And that could be. I mean, I've got a terrible memory, but you might be that. That might have been the situation. I'll let you tell it. But Josh is local to us. Fishes down at Patoka, and just a great cat. I mean, it's gotta enjoy that too. So it's always cool seeing somebody we know, and yeah, that's really cool. Then after that, we'll do the giveaway out of everybody else who is in here. But yeah, Josh, you won the old don't read. I'm pretty sure he's not gonna say he's not going to need it unless he's just like a fan of somebody else. But we'll we'll leave that there and get back on. Is Josh in here tonight? I don't know if I saw him, but that's fine because he doesn't need to. He does not have to be here to win. Okay, so you haven't met us yet. We keep talking. Okay, so Jeremy, I knew Jeremy. You were, yeah, okay. So we've always talked about getting together and going kayak fishing because you fish down at Patoka. But you know what? We're gonna have to do that now, aren't we? Excellent, excellent, excellent. I couldn't remember. There's somebody else that lives down around Patoka or whatever. Um, but yeah, so I see everybody saying hey to Wendell. He must be in the house because I know I got to quit yapping before too long because what did Wendell notice? I lost track of the chat because it's been flying by. Chatterbase don't work. Low live Chad Senkos definitely don't work. Sly Fox, I'm missing Wheel of Gramps. Yes, sir. All right. Make sure after the live tonight, you guys join me over in Darren's live. He's got a special guest who, interesting topic of the night. You know, it's raised a lot of stink and whatnot, but I'm not going to get into all that. You know, and I'm not going to change the outcome of it with any opinions or whatever. But yeah, it's just kind of one of those funky things, and I can't wait to hear this guy's story and see what we think, and you know, and go from there. Like I said, I'm not going to speculate or come up with any opinions until you know I hear some facts. You know, and when you have something that's a big deal in the kayak tournament fishing world, and you can't get, you know, I'll save my commentary for after the fact. But I can't wait to hear this guy's story, and then you know hear the other side of the story if someone comes out and chooses to tell it. But again, I'll just leave it be at that, and then we'll give our opinions later on the afterward. So what else we got going on? We saw Gina joining the fam. Thank you, ma'am. Appreciate that. And I can't believe we haven't fished with Josh yet. We always see him in the lives. He's always here. But yeah, Jeremy and I actually are going to spend some more time down at Patoka this year because we've actually got some trail stops down there for some of our events. So we need to go get down there and find some fish. So we'll put the XTR and his PWR to work with our new Wizard foot controls. I can't wait to get those going. Oh, so nice. Yeah, but where are we at? 7:52. I guess. What time is Darren? What time are you live? 8:30? 8 o'clock? I don't want to dang sure don't want to, get out the way. We might actually just do this other drawing and then shut up. When's Darren live? 8 or 8:30? Darren. No, I'm boring. Oh, don't be playing any audio. Make sure I still got all the chats going on. Do need to go through and highlight. Let's see, Chris Russ. Oh, yep. Then we got Dave joined us. Yeah, I saw that Ruben had redone. And then Gina has also joined us as a YouTube member. Appreciate the support. It means a ton. And, of course, every time you guys watch the video, share the videos. Like Bass Geek says, the 100% watch crew is what makes the difference. I make a couple $100 from YouTube. I'm not one of these guys that makes, 1,000 a month or whatever from getting tons of views. But again, as much as I keep thinking, then that's going to be okay. So he's going live at 8:30. So I got a little bit before we wrap up. But again, I do a lot of these videos because trust me, I spend more than I'll ever make back from YouTube. But that's me. I don't fish with all these rods and reels that I really like, thinking that YouTube's going to pay me for it. I just fish with what I like and then share the adventure anyway, because it doesn't matter if you fish with a Black Max, combo that you got out of Walmart, or you fish, the high dollar end stuff, you're going to catch the same fish. I mean, it just, you do you, but it makes it fun. But we will do some how-to videos, some more knot tying videos, some updating, some techniques and trailers, because just from the chatterbait videos I did 3 years ago, chatterbaits have changed. There's newer versions, newer technologies, newer trailers. So we'll update all of that stuff over the next month or two. I'm also be doing some XTR rigging videos. So if anybody's looking at an XTR and you want to see kind of like how I'm laying it out, why and whatnot, don't get me wrong, the PWR is still up there, and that's going to be my river kayak. But I'll be doing a rigging series on the XTR. You kind of see what I've done, if it's any different than anybody else. But I'll show you step by step how I do the things too. I'm also going to start a how-to YouTube or how-to fishing YouTube, and just share some of my tips and tricks and things that we've learned along the way. That said, I've also going to bring back an old YouTube channel that being a technical guy, my email a lot of the time is Hickman Tech, and I used to do I used to work part time and help people do websites and social media and stuff like that too. So outside of the how to become a fishing YouTuber series that I do on here, I will also have another channel that is my technical channel. That's basically tech for Gen X, 40 overs. Am I going to run both motors on my XTR? No, I'm only going to run the XI. I'm only going to run the XI3 on the front, because some people don't believe in freedom and allowing me to express myself with two motors. I told Chad, I actually told Chad for a while there that I was like, man, I don't even know if I'm going to go buy this boat. It would be awesome. It's great. But the PWR does everything I need, and I want to get more into river fishing. He's like, you will not regret buying the XTR. So that's going to be my scoping boat. So if you're pissed off about people in big, gigantic kayaks and people who use live scope to go fish and spot lock, oh, I'm going to be your trigger. I got my Scope and Hope hat that I'll be wearing every time I'm in that thing too. But I've also got my PWR that's got the NK300 on it. That will be my river, creek, so forth and so on. But the main reason why I didn't talk myself out of buying the XTR and just going and getting an RVR for the river and keeping the PWR for a lake boat is I want something that I know I can put somebody who is maybe wheelchair bound or less, less capable of moving around than they would like in a regular kayak. I want somebody, if they can sit and cast, then I can control the motor for them and wheel them around. So this is my vet boat. I actually sold a couple of kayaks, one of them which was kind of donated but I took that money from that and put that towards this XTR. And so this is going to be my Blazer 88 foundation kayak based on me contributing to it, Freedom Squad contributing to it, KBF in a way for, Chad donating a battery for it, and then the donation that we got for Blazer 88 to build this XTR, so that if I take a disabled veteran out in it, I am 100% confident that they'll be safe in that kayak, if that makes sense. But that's the reason why I did that. And then, later on, I've still got some other kayaks for creek fishing and stuff like that. If I decide that I want to build an RVR out for pure river fishing, I'm still not convinced that I need an RVR over my PWR. I have been dragging that thing through creeks and rivers and shoals and, all that stuff too. And it's been fine. I mean, you get it in an inch of water, it still drafts just fine. So I may have to, get into an RVR that Chad's got or something, just to see if there's enough in it for me to want to make that difference. Because realistically, part of me still says I might just get one of the skiffs, the bona fide skiff, and I'll just put, a small black pack on it and drag that around. Because one thing I'm going to do is spend more time in the creeks and places where it's harder to fish. And now that KBF has amended the rules, where we are updated the rules, where now we can wade fish in rivers and whatnot as long as you're tethered, then I'm gonna spend more time with my good friend Alex Deneau, who I call Obi-Wan Smalley, and go get in those places where it's harder to do, but you're standing and fishing, but you're also paddling because you're covering 10 miles of whatever. Yeah, OnlyFans has the RVR, and that thing's a fast water beast. And I've heard that as well too. But if there's ever, say, a special edition of the RVR that comes out maybe someday that we're still not talking about, I'll definitely be in the line for that one as too. But for now, the PWR will be my river creek boat. The XTR will be my scoping boat, unless I have a guest, which is why I ordered a double trailer from Fish Texas Kayak Trailers, so I can take two big kayaks fully loaded with me, so that I can literally launch it, put the person in it, control the remote for them, and put them on the water. So big props to all of my, but is skiff allowed for KBF? Oh yeah. You'll be surprised at the amount of watercraft. But go to hit the KBF kayakbassfishing.com website, read the rules, and just go to watercraft, and you'll see all the various kinds. Like our friend Jesse fishes out of that big Blue Sky dual pontoon with the middle seat on it, because that's what works for him. And find what works for you, folks. Honestly, you'll get a lot of people that ain't a kayak. Who cares? The fish don't care what you're fishing out of. You're not standing on the bank. You're not beating up your knees or back. You're out on the water having a good time. Whether you paddle like Matt, whether you pedal like Darren and many others who have been, Hook Life is a great example. He's been paddling his bona fide last few years. Guess what my boy did this winter? Got him a motor. So now he's going to be up on the Wabash River, the Tippy Canoe, chasing them smallies, living the hook life a little bit easier. So fish how you want to fish, folks. That's what we tell everybody, right? That's what we tell everybody. That's why we do what we do. As Chad likes to say, the key thing with us, if we want to get more people doing what we do, and guys, it ain't even about fishing the tournaments. You guys know why we love fishing the tournaments. And when I say we, I mean we in the fishing fams, the guys in these comments here. We use like the KBF, the national championship. That's our family reunion every year. And this will be the third year in the row. Yeah, we went to one, and then we started making it. So since Kentucky Lake, where we went and kind of got the bug, every year since, we have used the KBF National Championship as like our family reunion. And we're also going to start do that at the Kayak Adventure Series, tournaments, because there's a lot of people that don't want to travel that far. Most of our fan base, as you will, is up here in the Midwest, the North. Now we've got friends like Trevor and Emily down in Texas and Louisiana, Chad and the crew down in Alabama. David Presley's down there. We're spread out all over the place. Michael Ridenauer in Virginia, West Virginia. Oh boy, I better not get that wrong. They like that'd be like me calling Kentucky, Indiana, so forth. You know what I mean? But we got fishing fam everywhere. But how we get bigger, how we grow is each one reach one. If you've got a friend that's, seen you post pictures fishing from a kayak, on Facebook or Instagram or wherever, and they ask about it, hey, take them with you. Put them out there on the water. We do Freedom Squad get togethers every now and then. We had our boy Ralph, Mr. Army Outdoors, out there paddling around with an Old Town. Poor old Ralph, still stationed out in California, so far away from any water he can't fish. But the good news is this year we get our boy back on the West Coast. He's going to be PCSing this summer, and he's going to be out there on the West Coast or East Coast fishing the James River. So now we just got to get him into a kayak too. But all of our brothers and sisters, don't matter if you're bank fishing, boat fishing, kayak fishing, we just love that. We're going to have, Jeremy says ban these YouTube ads. I don't control what YouTube puts wherever. That's how they make their money. That's how they pay Mr. Beast 50 million, whatever it is that he makes. I have an ad blocker, so I'm the worst one of all because ain't nobody getting paid off of me, and I'm a content creator. But that's YouTube. This is an opportunity. This is a place that I can upload this stuff for free, but then they actually pay people to make a living off of this. So the ads are just part of it. I can't stand them either. But again, that's how we pay the bills. It's like watching TV and you get the commercials on there. It's just part of it. I think YouTube has a thing for those hardcore people who watch a lot of YouTube that you pay something, then it basically lets you watch YouTube for without the ads. It's ad free or something. But again, that's not me. I mean, I watch the ads. I skip them when I can, the same just as anybody else. Yeah, Diggs is on premium, so no ads. A lot of people use YouTube like somebody else would Hulu. They watch everything on YouTube, and I get that too. There's plenty of stuff out here to be entertained by. I do get that, but yeah, sorry, but not sorry. I have to deal with it too. Okay, so let's give away a reel. Hope everybody's still in here. 51 watching. Did we ever see Liz in the house? I would hate for our key girl wasn't even on her phone watching to miss out on the drawing. But we're going to go ahead and get a giveaway going because I need to get off here, rest my throat for a minute, and then pay attention to Mr. Darren Wendell when he goes, don't get me triggered, bro. And actually, I want to go eat some more of that. Did you guys see that prime rib? Did I show you the prime rib? Oh, the prime rib is so good. Whew. I felt like I was at Fogo de Show. That stuff was so good. And it's sitting in the microwave, staying warmish. But I'm not going to warm it that way. I'll put it back in the oven in the pan and do all that. YouTube Premium and YouTube TV. That's what Chad's talking about. So, yeah, a lot of people go that route too. So, anywho, and enough of the torture. Let's go ahead and go with the StreamYard giveaway. And we'll give it a hashtag. Be curious to see what people come up with for guessing for this. Now, this is the original. And I know many people have this very same Shimano SLX MGL 70. And I'm giving away the OG. I'm not even giving away the new one. Because this to me is one of the best reels, bang for your buck, that Shimano makes. If you've got one of these, let me know in the comments because I'm curious. There's probably a bunch of you. And let me tell you what the key things that I use this one for. A couple of different techniques. It's great. This is a 8-to-1 or 8-to-2. Can't remember how many lines, inches. If I was in my Debo geek mode, I'd know exactly how many lines per turn it takes up. Oh, well, I guess I could tell you. Let's see. Power Pro. It holds 115 yards of 20. Let's skip that. We'll go back to the nylon stuff. It holds 105 yards of 10-pound, 85 yards of 12-pound, or 14 pounds of 70. But I'll tell you the two things that I love that this reel for. Number one, jerk baits. Put about 10-pound mono or fluoro on here. with this 8 gear to 1, 8 8 1. It's 8 2. I keep saying 8 1. This 8 gear ratio, but you twitch it and you gather, twitch, gather, twitch, gather, twitch, gather, and depends on the time of the year. And a lot of people, and why this is so popular these days, is jerk baiting is becoming a year round thing. Used to be a lot of people only threw them early in the season when the fish were more lethargic from the cold water, or late in the season when they're throwing them like Vision 110 Juniors to mimic, those smaller bait fish. The other thing this thing is really great for is finesse jigs. If you like skipping, pitching, lightweight, 3/8 around, yeah, like Merlin said, and this is a dude you guys need to listen to. If you don't follow him on Instagram, you're missing out because he always posts like the baits that are on fire, whatever time of the year that you're fishing. And he's a bass master. The kid smokes them. So we're big fans of Merlin on Instagram, but he throws jerk baits a lot and year round. But again, another technique for this, if you spool it up with some heavier line, say your 17-pound fluoro, your finesse jigs, your lighter 3/8 quarters. I don't use this for like heavy. This is, and it's funny because I've kind of gone away from even throwing half-ounce jigs that I used to throw years ago. It seems like everything I'm throwing these days are finesse. Um, but again, this reel for the money, you cannot beat it. Oh, I guess while I'm talking, I should have shared y'all with what the hashtag was instead of making you guess. I loved I loved watching you guesses. It was pretty cool. But let's get up the screen and start collecting comments. And we'll just go with the plain old Gramps so that, MGL would have been a good one. SLX would have been a good one. I should have done like American Legacy, but I don't want to have anybody mistaking spellings and things like that either. Want to keep it simple. I don't want a typo to cost somebody a reel. So, what I'll have you do after the show when you win is you're going to email, you know, fishingwithgramps@gmail.com. I'll flash my stuff up on there. You're going to email me your info. I'm going to have you go through my verification process. Unless I already know you and have you on my contacts list, then I'll just get you to update your address and send it to me. But a lot of you guys are already friends with me on Facebook, so forth and so on. But I don't play the games where there's people that's always trying to scam, like in Debo's chats and lives and things like that as well. But yeah, again, this is something I wanted to give back to everybody who's in the chant. And Jeremy says I'll just have to bring it to him. I mean, that could always be arranged, but we just want to give everybody a shot. We've got 47 watching on YouTube, 3 on Facebook, and again, if you're on Facebook, you better get over to YouTube because I don't know if it'll pull it in. It might. I guess I haven't checked that, but it's doing its collection now. So we got 36 people in here, and I will give it like a couple more minutes. Expect this one should go up over 40 at least. With 48 people in here. I don't win stuff. You're all safe. No, he just comes and takes it when he needs it. There we go. 37. Real Daddy in the house. Everybody jumping in. Make sure you get the old hashtag Gramps in there for the drawing for everybody in here. And we'll give it a couple of minutes. We've got some people jumping in last minute, being smart. And you got to miss the whole show, but get in at just the right time. Now, I will say this. You better be subscribed to the channel or we're going to do a redraw. Steven says he'll get it from me at the KBFNC. Even Chad's in there. Yeah, that's my only stipulation. You got to be in the continental U.S. You got to be a subscriber because it's a benefit of being a subscriber and part of it too. So if we get up 45, and then we'll give her a draw. Yeah, everybody popping in at just the right time. Yep, Gina says she likes and needs a baitcaster, of course. There we go. We get this to 50 with 54 people watching. Is that possible? Is that a thing we can do? Pretty sure we got pretty much everybody in here too. But again, make sure you're subscribed. That's my only caveat. Take care of the old Gramps just because it helps. See where we're at now. 47. When it hits 48, I am hitting the button. Anybody else? Anybody else? She has a cast king now. There you go. This is another, and the good thing about this one too is being a shallow spool with a 70 size. Great, great beginner. Not implying that Gene is a beginner, just saying. But for anyone you know who's new into bait casting, these smaller, shallower spools are easier to learn with, just because you don't have tons of lines spread out over a 200 size reel, and you can dial it in, and it's just a little bit easier to start pitching and casting that way. Don't say flipping, because we're not going to teach a newbie to flip, but pitching is something we're going to do, casting is something we're going to do, but this is a good reel to do that with. So let's get this on with. We've talked enough. I need to shut up and get ready for Windows Live. Thank you guys again for all your support and everything we did in 2024. Go get caught up on make sure you go get signed up for Catch 22. Yeah, weightless stuff too. Flukes, Senkos, your weightless baits. It's another great one for that too. Some for people who like to use a bait caster in lieu of a spinning rod for those weightless Senkos, weightless flukes, things like that. Another great thing. All right, enough of all that. 51. We're hitting the button. The winner of the SLX MGL 70 is Will Sanders. I hear Gran in the back room going, woohoo. So first, as I have to do, I got to go verify subscriber status. So I will pop over to my channel, look at my audience, because I don't want to have to redraw if somebody wasn't following the rules. Subscribers. No singing on the channel. Let's see. I remember what tab it's on. Dashboard. See all subscribers. And this is forever slow. Wish it would let me sort by subscriber name. Oh, there we go. All right. Finally, took me long enough. Sorry about that. Ruben said he's a bot. Yep, jinxed. All right. There we go. Either who, I'll go through and find a screenshot of it just to make sure. But yeah, he's in. Oh, there he is. So definitely not a bot. So Will, I will go through. I'm going to have you, because I know I don't have your content info or contact info. If you would, Will, go and shoot me an email here, and I'll have you do a thing where you post a comment so I can verify. I'll tell you what to post, so forth and so on. But I've got a process. Email me here, fishinwithgramps@gmail.com, and we'll go through the verification process. and that way you're not pretending to be somebody else. But other than that, we will just get out of here and call it a night. And I was gonna go eat some more of that delicious prime rib that Grand made, but I don't have time. We gotta get ready for the live. And you'll see in the future I'll have some additions to my background here. I've got something special coming on order. Those of you in the squad chat, it might have already seen a little preview, but we'll do that. But enough of that. That's the live for tonight. And yep, there we go. Thank you everybody for once again coming out. Hang on, I got the burps. Oh man. Again, thank you guys all. Let me get back to the comments because I don't want to be remiss and make sure I catch up with everything. Where was I at? Okay. It's New Year. Go get signed up for Catch 22. Thank you guys for all the support this last year. Every time that we ran into one of you at wherever it was we were in our travels, whether you're a pro hammer that, just like watches my channel for whatever reason, Michael Musgrove, Ridenauer, my friends that fish the Bassmaster, the Kayak Adventure Series, all the different events, the local stuff we do, the Freedom Squad stuff, whether you're at Red Crest or Kayak Adventure Series or the Classic, you guys kill me every time we get together and get to hang out someplace. It's always, always a blast. And I can't wait to do it again. I can't wait. Looking forward to seeing you guys out there on the road this year. Get out, catch some fish, as always. I know it's cold. Some of you will. Most of you can't. But get outside when you can and make some memories. Really, because that's what it's all about. But get out when you can and make some memories, one cast at a time. Thank you for 2024. It's awesome.